Carol Burnett's journey began far from the spotlight, in the heart of San Antonio, Texas, on April 26, 1933. Her early life was anything but glamorous, marked by poverty, uncertainty, and the heavy shadow of her parents' struggles with alcoholism. With dreams far bigger than her surroundings, young Carol was raised by her devoted grandmother in a humble Los Angeles apartment, where every day was a lesson in resilience. Little did the world know, this girl from hardship would grow into one of the most beloved entertainers of all time, and along the way, cross paths with a man she would come to despise more than anyone. Even amidst these challenging times, she unearthed the strength of imagination and humor as a means to navigate life's difficulties, frequently amusing both her peers and herself through whimsical performances and a talent for mimicry. Burnett's journey to stardom truly began when she enrolled at the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, with the intention of studying journalism. Yet, her passion for the performing arts swiftly shifted her focus. A crucial turning point occurred when an anonymous benefactor provided her with funds that enabled her to relocate to New York City to chase a career in theater, under the condition that she would one day return the kindness by assisting someone else in need. This generous act would later symbolize Burnett's own philosophy in life and her career, rooted in kindness, gratitude, and the spirit of giving back. In the 1950s, Burnett made her mark in television through her appearances on variety and talk shows, most notably on The Gary Moore Show, where her talent for physical comedy, her expressive features, and her seamless transition between outrageous humor and genuine emotion set her apart. Her standout performance of the song "I Made a Fool of Myself" over John Foster Dulles highlighted not only her comedic timing but also her originality and boldness in poking fun at even the most unlikely subjects. Viewers resonated with her authenticity and her knack for self-deprecation, traits that would become hallmarks of her career. The pinnacle of her professional journey arrived with The Carol Burnett Show, which debuted on CBS in 1967. During an era when television variety shows were predominantly male-led, Burnett broke industry barriers by becoming the first woman to host a long-running variety sketch program in prime time. The show, which aired for 11 seasons until 1978, was a spectacular mix of sharp satire, exceptional character work, musical acts, and unforgettable sketches, many of which continue to be celebrated today. She could be seen in the family sketches as the perpetually unkempt Onioness, the hilariously awkward secretary Mrs. Wiggins, or in elaborate spoofs of classic movies like Went with the Wind. Burnett's breadth and bravery in her art were unmatched. Some of the most memorable moments in television history were created by her chemistry with her ensemble cast, which included Lyle Wagner, Tim Conway, Vicki Lawrence, and Harvey Korman. Off-screen, Burnett's trademark audience Q&A sessions at the start of every performance became a symbol of her friendliness and approachability. As she walked onto the platform in her evening gown, she would answer questions from the crowd with humor, candor, and a willingness to share personal stories. Viewers felt a close connection to her because of her candor, as if they knew her personally. Burnett received various honors during her career, such as the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Golden Globes, and several Emmy Awards. In addition, she received the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor in 2013 and the Kennedy Center Honors in 2003, solidifying her reputation as a cultural trailblazer who paved the way for several women in entertainment in addition to being a comedy genius. In addition to her career achievements, Burnett has shown incredible bravery in overcoming personal obstacles. She suffered from family traumas, such as the 2002 cancer death of her daughter, Carrie Hamilton. She has subsequently become a source of solace and motivation for many going through similar struggles by speaking candidly about grief, resiliency, and the therapeutic value of humor. Her autobiographies, including One More Time and This Time Together, provide frank and sincere insights into her life, career, and the individuals who influenced it. Carol Burnett's influence may be seen in almost every aspect of humor and entertainment today. Generations of performers, like Tina Fey and Kristen Wiig, have been influenced by her ability to combine physical comedy with witty, character-driven humor. And her groundbreaking work as a female host in a male-dominated industry still serves as a testament to what can be accomplished with skill, willpower, and poise. She continues to make appearances in movies and television shows even into her elder years, entertaining viewers and demonstrating that her sense of humor has never faded. The lady behind the renowned comedy and television figure was greatly influenced by Carol Burnett's personal life, particularly her marriages. She married Don Soyan, her college sweetheart, for the first time. A new chapter in Burnett's young adult life began on December 15, 1955, when the couple got married. Burnett was still establishing her job and figuring out what it meant to be an adult at the time. However, difficulties in their relationship ultimately caused it to break down, and they got divorced in 1962. For Burnett, this time was crucial since it coincided with her slow ascent to prominence and entry into the entertainment business, creating a nuanced emotional base amidst her increasing obligations at work. Meeting Joe Hamilton shortly after her divorce from Soyan was a turning point in Burnett's life. She married Hamilton on May 4, 1963, and he had a significant impact on both her personal and professional lives. Joe Hamilton had extensive experience in the television industry as a producer. Their blended family dynamic was further complicated and nuanced by the fact that he was also the divorced father of 8 children. He had a further tie to the entertainment industry because he was the brother of actress Kip Hamilton. Hamilton staged Burnett's highly acclaimed 1962 Carnegie Hall performance, which showed her talents in a blend of humor and music to an enthralled audience, marking the beginning of their working collaboration. This partnership quickly developed into a lifelong one. Many of Burnett's endeavors, including The Carol Burnett Show, which rose to prominence as one of the most adored variety shows in television history, were produced in large part by Hamilton. In addition to being a personal union, their marriage served as a creative collaboration that advanced Burnett's career. They raised a family together while juggling the demands of show business. With 3 daughters, the couple surely faced the problem of juggling the demands of a busy home with the demands of television production. Although their connection seemed ideal, there were challenges in Burnett and Hamilton's marriage. After more than 20 years together, they divorced in 1984. Dealing with their daughter Carrie's drug addiction was one of the most difficult things they had to do. Burnett and Hamilton became champions for parents dealing with comparable problems as a result of this traumatic family experience. During a period when such discussions were frequently kept confidential, they helped to destigmatize the topic by candidly discussing the difficulties of coping with addiction in the family. As a sign of their dedication to their daughter and to serving the community, they also actively supported recovery efforts by collecting money for the clinic where Carrie got treatment. In 1988, Burnett and Carrie went to Moscow to help launch the first Alcoholics Anonymous chapter in the Soviet Union, marking a time of healing and camaraderie. This journey exemplified Burnett's commitment to aiding global recovery initiatives and breaking the taboo around addiction. The gesture demonstrated her readiness to use her public persona for purposes other than amusement. A tragic chapter in Burnett's life came to an end in 1991 when Joe Hamilton died of cancer. A lengthy and significant personal and professional collaboration that lasted into the 1980s came to an end with his passing. In the midst of these personal hardships, Burnett also advocated for public health causes, such as a well-known medical alert campaign. As the organization's 1 millionth member, she was symbolically honored with the 1 millionth medical alert bracelet, highlighting her status as a well-respected public figure who could raise critical health awareness. After many years, Carol Burnett remarried on November 24, 2001, to Brian Miller, a gifted drummer who was notably 23 years her junior. This marriage demonstrated Burnett's fortitude and willingness to start again despite her past struggles. Her relationship with Miller revealed her lively personality and readiness to accept love and friendship despite social norms about age or prior experiences. In addition to illuminating the personal side of Carol Burnett's life, these interactions collectively create a complex tapestry that demonstrates her fortitude, empathy, and capacity to transform adversity into advocacy and public service. Her marriages were entwined with her professional achievements and personal development, presenting a picture of a woman who has lived life to the fullest, loved sincerely, and consistently made significant contributions to the world. In the public eye, Carol Burnett and Harvey Korman's complicated relationship is frequently characterized as a blend of intense love, professional friendship, and creative genius. However, there was a more obscure and tumultuous emotional undercurrent beneath the surface of their renowned comedy collaboration on The Carol Burnett Show. According to numerous accounts, Carol Burnett's emotions extended much beyond her work-related annoyance. More than anyone else in her life, she genuinely detested Harvey Korman. This strong distaste did not emerge suddenly or from a single event, rather, it grew and matured over years of close collaboration under the demanding demands of television production. Behind the scenes, Burnett battled to make peace between the man she worked with and the man she occasionally had deep animosity for, even as viewers witnessed the flawless comedic timing and the dazzling chemistry that made their sketches unforgettable. Korman's challenging nature and erratic temper were a key cause of Burnett's hatred. Korman had a reputation for being temperamental and irritable, frequently exhibiting severe reactions to stressful situations or small comments. This inconsistent behavior was not only unprofessional but also extremely distressing for Burnett, who had been brought up in a modest upbringing with a strong work ethic. Korman's moods, in her opinion, might undermine the creative atmosphere on which they relied, causing friction that occasionally poisoned the entire cast and crew. Furthermore, it was said that Korman's sporadic haughtiness and sense of entitlement offended Burnett. Despite their immense talent, Burnett frequently thought Korman did not appreciate her contributions or the sacrifices she made to keep the show going. She thought he occasionally took too much credit and was unappreciative of others who helped him advance in his job. Burnett was highly offended by this apparent lack of respect, especially considering her own fears and difficulties in the male-dominated entertainment industry at the time. The stress was further increased by personal conflicts. In private, Burnett, who was renowned for her warmth and loving nature, frequently felt irritated by Korman's coldness or contempt. Burnett occasionally felt alone and emotionally unsupported, and their off-camera relationship never developed into a true friendship. Her sentiments of resentment were heightened by this emotional distance, which stood in sharp contrast to the happy public character they presented. Years later, Burnett was open in interviews about how difficult and complex her sentiments were for Korman. Although she acknowledged his great brilliance and appreciated his humorous genius, she acknowledged that there were moments when she could not stand him. Her feelings of annoyance, rage, and disappointment occasionally verged on actual hatred, particularly during heated arguments or when Korman's actions upset the peace in their workplace. This intense distaste was exacerbated by the fact that, during the course of the show's lengthy run, Burnett and Korman spent endless hours together, making it difficult to avoid or dismiss the negative moments. In contrast to more relaxed co-workers, their union necessitated closeness and intimacy, magnifying any annoyance or complaint. For Burnett, the weight of these feelings was compounded via her choice to preserve professionalism, which pressured her to suppress much of her frustration at some stage in filming and public appearances. In a manner, Burnett's hatred for Korman was a reflection of the significant emotional funding she positioned into the show and the human beings she labored with. When creative collaborators fall out, in particular after so many years of shared success, the emotional fallout may be extreme. The disappointment of unmet expectancies mixed with non-public differences and expert pressures every now and then created a toxic dynamic that led Burnett to harbor the most powerful terrible emotions she ever skilled toward anyone. Ultimately, this complicated relationship is a testimony to the realities in the back of show enterprise glamour. While audiences recall Burnett and Korman as an excellent comedic duo, the fact backstage changed into a ways messier, filled with emotional contradictions, struggles for control, and the deep, occasionally bitter feelings that stand up while sturdy personalities conflict. Carol Burnett's profound and honest admission that she truly hated Harvey Korman greater than all of us underscores simply how complex and human the relationships at the back of the laughter certainly have been.